remember Circuit City. I mean, that business was big, starting out as a mom and pop for a number of years until the mid-90s, in fact. It was the best performing company on the Fortune 500. Well, 3 years ago, it went bust. So what happened after it was liquidated? Let's talk with Alan Wurtzel. He's the son of the pop who founded the little TV and appliance store in 1949. As a 52-year insider, including a stint as CEO, he's now written the book, Good to Great to Gone, the 60-year rise and fall of Circuit City. So, Mr. Wurtzel, what did happen?
Well, it happened in four stages. Between 95 and 2000, Best Buy, then Walmart and the other merchants began catching up with us. We did not change our store format. And by the end of the decade, we were number three. My next successor understood there was a problem, but it would have required huge investment in remodeling stores and retraining salespeople, et cetera, changing the business strategy. He didn't have the fortitude, the courage, the vision to make these hard changes. He was afraid that Wall Street wouldn't understand and the price of the stock would collapse. He became discouraged and quit and put in as his successor somebody that didn't grow up in the business, came from Best Buy, brought in a whole new team of people, didn't understand the caring and respectful culture that Circuit City had with its employees and its suppliers. They fired 3,400 salespeople and crowed to the newspapers how much money they were saving, and in the process destroyed the morale and the culture of the company.
Well, let me ask you, this is the family business after all, and you're watching it before your eyes fall apart. Do you retain some bitterness about this in any way?
Well, I wouldn't say bitterness, but obviously disappointment.
Were you advising him? Did you see early on that those were mistakes that were being made? Because you were on the board, I think, until 2001.
Yes, I saw early on that we were losing ground to Best Buy and that we needed to change the store formats. And I spoke up, but my voice didn't persuade the then current CEO.
Well, what's the lesson here, do you think? You got to stay nimble, you got to stay productive and progressive, looking ahead. Are those the lessons for companies?
Well, the big lesson for Circuit City is you got to listen to the customer and see what the customer is doing. The customer was going to places like Best Buy and the mass merchants where you could pick it up, put it in a shopping cart, wheel it to the checkout stand. We insisted on staying with the old model where you had to talk to a salesman so that he could step you up to a more expensive product or an extended service policy.
Yeah, lessons learned. Alan Wurtzel, thank you so much.
Thanks, Bill. I've enjoyed this interview.